always used in writing a recipe. And also at the end of the lesson, I expect you to know how to write a simple recipe. Okay, so what is a recipe? A recipe is a set of instructions for preparing a food dish. Set of instructions for preparing a food dish. It is actually the steps that lead one into making a delicious food. We call it recipe. That is the meaning of a recipe. It is the set of steps that lead to a very delicious food. It involves the directions, sometimes the steps, the procedure on how to make a food dish. Okay? We are actually saying that without a recipe, if you want to cook a meal, if you don't have a recipe, it can lead you to a culinary disaster. What do you mean by that? Culinary disaster. Who will try? Culinary disaster. You could end up getting a meal that is not tasty. You can burn your pilau if you're cooking pilau if you don't have a recipe. So, in other words, a recipe is very important. You need to have a recipe before you try and cook a meal. There are terms which are common when you are writing a recipe, common terms used in writing a recipe. There are so many, like we have 24, but I'll give you a few. One, we have bake, we have blend, simmer, saute, knead, chop, dice, pound, mix, and stir. We have others like fry, deep fry, things like garnish, grate. I'll give them to you later on in our worksheet. But these are the common terms which are used in writing a recipe. And you need to know them. It's going to help you when you're writing a recipe. This is a question that is common in paper 1, question 1, functional writing skill. You can be asked to write a recipe, and I want to give you the format of how to write a recipe. The format of writing a recipe. The first thing that you need to have, or you need to get to write, is the title. The title of your recipe. For example, it can be fried chicken recipe. You must have a title. When you're writing a recipe, there must be a title. That is the title of the food dish that you are planning to prepare. Fried chicken recipe, that is an example. You've mentioned pilau, some of you have mentioned ugali. What was the other one? Yes, and ideri and chapati. So those are the titles. Now, after the title in your recipe, you must have introduction. Introduction, this is an insight into the meal in question, the meal that you're writing. And it's normally aimed at arousing interest so that someone would like to really know how to prepare that particular dish. So you give an introduction. You can, for example, Mobili was mentioning Bideri or Boboro. Yes, you can tell us where the food originated from. That is in the introduction, huh? Yes, you can tell us something about Boboro or about Bideri in the introduction. So an insight into the meal that you are trying to prepare. Okay? After the introduction, you have a list of ingredients. These are the food items that you require and the amounts or the quantity of the food items that you need. Food items that are required when you are writing a recipe. You see, you're going to make a meal, you're going to make a dish. You need food items. You need, for example, if it is a chicken, What did you say? Fried chicken recipe. What could be the ingredient that you need? Yes.
Frying oil.
Okay. Cooking oil. Very good. Humphrey.
Chicken.
Chicken. Probably a couple of breasts. Chicken breast. Good. Benson?
Frying pan.
Yeah, a frying pan. Okay. But the ingredients should be, it's a good try, but the ingredients should be the food item. What else?
Salt.
Salt, yeah, salt. Onions. Yes. Lemon. Okay. Probably for garnishing, lemon. So the food items that you need for that particular dish is the list of ingredients. And you must indicate the quantity. You must indicate the quantity or the amounts required. After the list of ingredients, now another thing, before we go to another aspect, the steps that you should give should be easier to understand and follow. Are you together? Yes. Which steps are these? The steps for preparing. That is the method. How one is supposed to prepare the meal. That is the method. So what follows in the format is the method. How one is supposed to prepare the meal. And it should be numbered. The method should be numbered. The steps, that is, if it has 10 steps, you number them, number 1 up to 10. How one is supposed to prepare the meal. And then we also say that these steps should be easier to understand and follow. They should be easier to understand and follow. And they are usually numbered. Okay? Another thing in the format of a recipe is the preparation time. This is the length of time for cooking. The length of time for cooking. The length of time for cooking. Length of time for cooking. Now this will depend. If you're using an oven, you know, you can actually talk about minutes. Sometimes you can even give the temperatures that are needed for cooking a particular dish. So preparation time is also important. And lastly, we have the serving instructions. Serving instructions. This is how one will serve the meal once the meal is ready. How will you serve it? Normally, we serve with another food dish. For example, if it is chapati, you can serve with, yes, you can serve with beans stew. You can serve it with, yes, Caesar, peas, mixed stew, okay, or mixed vegetable stew. Zuma, the quantity. Oh yeah, you can serve chapati with hot tea. Okay, so serving instructions, you need to tell us how you're going to serve the quantities, right? We had an example of fried chicken recipe. What do you think would be the serving suggestion for fried chicken recipe? Fried chicken recipe as well? Yeah, it can be served with ugali. You can serve it with white rice, Alan. And you can also serve it with chapati. Very good. You can also list how many people to be served in the serving instruction. For example, you can say it serves 4, or it serves 10, it serves 2, depending on the food that you have prepared. How many people it's supposed to serve. So in the serving suggestions, you also list how many people to be served. How many people to be served. Okay? There are examples of food dishes that have been served already. Which one? The first one. What do you think that one is? Minced meat, huh? What is put on top? Yes, coriander. so well. What about that other one? The last one, yes?
Pudding.
Pudding, yeah, it's also a sauce, and it's been topped with cream. And these are the two, coriander and mint. We use them to garnish. Garnishing means to decorate the food. Decorate the food dish. Okay, what about that? What do you think that one is? Yes? Yeah, okay, but yeah, these are boiled eggs, huh? But the way they have been garnished, the way they have been decorated, they look nice. You can't even tell that they are boiled eggs. So whenever we make a food dish, there's something we do in cooking. We garnish. We decorate the meal so that it looks appealing. We call that garnishing. Now this is the sample of a recipe, fried liver for two. That is the title. What is that? That is the title. Fried liver for two. Followed by the ingredients. You list the ingredients. 250 grams of beef liver, 1 green chili chopped, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 onion sliced. Then you also have 1 big tomato chopped, 1 tablespoonful of vegetable oil, and tomato puree and salt to taste. Then followed by the method. What did you say about the method? You can tell me. Yes? It should be numbered. Can you see if it is numbered? Yes, it is numbered. What else? Yes? Yeah, it should be easier to follow and understand. That's very good, Tom. So number 1, cast the liver into small pieces and fry in the oil. Add a little chili and ginger until the meat juices are released and the meat is almost cooked. And then add onions, tomatoes, and a puree. Number 4, turn the fire down to a slow simmer so as not to burn the puree. Then number 5, let it simmer for another 5 minutes and then turn off the heat. Lastly, number 6 is the serving suggestion. The liver can be served with ugali, rice, or idli. You know what idli is? That is like mokimo. Who knows what mokimo is? Okay, what is it? Cleanser. Who's ever eaten idli or mokimo?
It's a mixture of beans and the young beans and some vegetables, some potatoes.
And then it is pounded with mashed, yeah?
Yes.
It looks like mashed potatoes. Some people mix it with peas and fresh maize, and others mix it with beans. That is what you call idli. So you can serve it with ugali rice or idli. Every time, make sure you give a serving suggestion after you've written your recipe. The serving suggestion. So I want us to watch something, a clip.
Personal writing recipe.
You will answer questions after this.
This is a set of ingredients and instructions on how to prepare a food dish. Watch the following kitchen vocabulary.
So this is chopping of onions. So when you talk about chopping, that is the meaning. Crushing, use a pestle and a mortar to crush. That's the meaning of crushing. So it's a kitchen vocabulary that you need to know. simmer, you let it boil for some time. And always, the lid is always, you put a lid so that it simmers. Deep frying, you use hot oil to deep fry. Other terms is boiling, like we have boiling eggs here. You understand the meaning of boiling, huh? Frying. Frying, we use a little oil. It's not like deep frying. We sometimes call it shallow frying. Okay? This is baking. You can say this is an oven. If someone is baking muffins, or we call them cream cakes. Huh? Then you also have parsley. Parsley is used for garnishing. This is parsley. We use it to garnish. So to garnish it with decorator. Yes.
A recipe has title of the dish, ingredients and their quantities, instructions for cooking, and suggestions on how to serve.
So don't forget those four formats or aspects of
In the language of exams, when you write rice served with beef stew, you write one recipe. However, when you write rice and beef stew, you write two recipes.
Okay.
Watch the following video and answer the questions that follow.
Welcome to Jikoni Magic. Today we're going to be making coconut chapatis, and I promise you that they're going to be very interesting because I've added a certain twist in. Something else that you should know is that when you substitute coconut cream for water, you will end up with a richly flavored, soft and velvety textured chapati. Just look at that. We're going to start this recipe right where we left off our previous one on how to make homemade coconut milk and cream. Now this is the jar that had the coconut cream. It's already separated into two layers after I left it for several hours. And the same has happened to the one that had the coconut milk. It's already separated into two layers. I'll show you what I do with all this later on. So now to our ingredients. I used 2 cups whole wheat flour, 3 cups all-purpose flour.
So those are ingredients.
Salt to
Their
taste.
quantities, huh?
An optional pinch of sugar. Then I proceeded to mix all the dry ingredients together.
That's a method.
This was followed by me adding half a cup of grated carrots, followed by a quarter cup of dhania leaves or coriander leaves. Then I made sure that everything was mixed in properly so that no one ingredient was more concentrated on one part. Next, I took the jar that had the coconut milk and proceeded to scoop out all the rich, luscious cream that was floating on top of it. Just look at how thick it is. So just try as much as possible to make sure that you're only scooping out the top layer and not interfering with the bottom layer.
Okay. So you add cream.
I did not discard the water that you made. I set it aside and I will show you what I do with it in another video. And so the next thing that I did is I rubbed in the coconut cream until it was well distributed throughout the flour. And then I took the coconut cream, scooped out the floating layer, set it aside for another recipe, and the remaining bit is the one that I used to knead my dough. So I kept adding it bit by bit until all the flour came together into one nice ball of dough and no flour was left at the bottom of my bowl. Next, I placed the dough on my work surface and proceeded to knead for 7 to 10 minutes until the dough became smooth and elastic. Next, I rolled it into a nice ball and then placed it in my bowl. I did not coat it with any oil because the coconut cream already has enough oil and it's going to come through. I left this dough to rest for 2 hours and this is how it looks like. You can see that it's already shining because of the oil that already comes through from the coconut cream. And the dough has already relaxed. So I placed my dough on the work surface, gently kneaded it for about just a minute, rolled it into a cylindrical shape and proceeded to divide it into equal sized balls. This dough yielded 10 balls. Next, I took each ball at a time, dusted it with dry flour and rolled it out into a circle of about 6 inches or so, and then I applied melted coconut on it. And I was careful not to apply too much because remember the coconut cream is very, very rich in oil. And then at this point I applied my third twist, which is the desiccated coconut, which was all in line with keeping up with the coconut theme. The first 2 twists were the grated coconut and the dania leaves. I hope you liked those twists. Next, I rolled up my chapati dough as you're seeing here in the video. I came across this method on my friend's channel. She's called Fathia. She's the one who owns the Aroma of Zanzibar, and she is so super talented. I tell you, she's got the most amazing Zanzibari foods. Make sure to watch her chapati video. Her rolling technique is done so gracefully. I mean, you're just going to fall in love with her technique. And while there, please make sure to say hi and tell her that you came from Jikoni Magic. So I did this with all the balls and then covered them with a plastic wrap and left them to rest for about 10 minutes or so. The next step was to roll the chapati balls ready for cooking. So I simply dusted the balls with some bit of dry flour and then rolled them out into circles of 6 inches because my cooking pan is 8 inches. And it's also good that as you're rolling, you feel the chapati surface with your fingertips, because this will give you an idea of whether some places are thicker than others and you can even them out. I like my chapatis on the thin side, and this is how thin I prefer mine to be. Next, I wipe my preheated chapati pan using a kitchen towel that's been soaked in coconut oil, and then I gently place my rolled out chapati dough. I prefer to cook my chapatis on moderate heat. After about 30 seconds, the top will turn opaque, and you start seeing air bubbles begin to form on top. And it's also good practice to turn your chapati once in a while, just in case there's a hot spot that will make your chapatis not cook evenly. So after about a minute, I turn over my chapati, and as you can see, some brown spots had already started forming. So I apply melted coconut oil on this exposed side. Make sure that I touch each and every spot, and then I turn it over so that it can cook further on the hot chapati. And as you can see, the chapati is already beginning to swell up, meaning that the layers are separating because of the steam that is in between them. So at the end of the day, you're going to end up with a chapati that is not dense. It's going to be nice and light, which is what we want. So after applying the oil on the second side, turn it over and then keep cooking both sides until you're satisfied with the doneness of the chapati, and then remove from the heat. And then at the end of it all, I wanted to show you how the chapatis turned out. They were soft, and I think this demonstration is proof enough, and I'm going to let you be the judge on how you think they turned out. Is it a yes or a no? Do they look soft or not? Please tell me what you think about the end result. And this is also to answer someone's question when they ask me how I normally serve my chapatis. If they are few, I roll them, put them in a casserole, and present them at the table. If there are too many, then I will cover them in a container so that they do not dry up and become hard. And in closing, I served my coconut chapatis with lemu or pojo curry that had been cooked in coconut cream.
Before we look at another video on recipes on how to prepare the dish, I want to ask a few questions. Tell me some of the kitchen vocabularies that you had in that video. Yes, Anna?
Mix.
Mix, very good.
Knead.
Knead. Very good. Another?
Dust.
Dust, yes. Any other? Roll, yes, rolling. The rolling of chapati. So, yes, Zuma? Cool. Okay. So those are different vocabularies, or we say that they are common terms that are used in writing a recipe. It's important to know them because you need them when you'll be writing a recipe. I want us to watch the second video on how to make one of the favorite dishes in Coast Province. Which dish is that? Obviously, pilau. Okay.
Today we're going to learn how to make beef pilau. Let's get familiar with our whole dry spices.
So the spices, we have bay leaf, cinnamon, fenugreek seeds,
We will
cardamom.
start by dry roasting them
cumin.
in a pan that is moderately heated. Make sure they do not burn, and dry roast them for about 10 to 15 seconds. and then transfer them to a spice grinder or a coffee grinder and proceed to grind for about 20 seconds until it becomes powder or to the consistency that you prefer. If you do not have any form of grinder, you can use a pestle and mortar. I personally prefer to have a grinder because fenugreek seeds are like small stones and they never break however much you try and pound them. Right? Now this, wow, it's tight, very tight. And as you're lifting up the lid, make sure that you keep tapping it so that any powder that has gotten stuck or is sticking to the lid falls back into the grinder and not on your countertop. Now these are the results. As you can see, a very nicely ground powder. Okay, now let's start cooking. In a preheated pan, add 2 to 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil or any oil of your choice and dump the entire spice mix into it. After about a minute, add your onions and let them cook for about 5 minutes or until they just start turning brown. Then add your ginger and garlic. This was the first time I was experimenting with fresh turmeric. This is fresh turmeric that I grated, and my verdict is it was a very interesting experience. Extremely staining, everything was yellow. Well, let that cook out for about a minute or so, and then come and add your pureed tomatoes and let them cook for about 5 minutes until the mixture reduces and the flavors intensify. Then add your beef. I had pre-boiled my beef and it's one that I'm using here. I just boiled it in plain water. I didn't add any salt or herbs or spices. So let the meat absorb the flavors in the pan for about 5 minutes. And then come and add your rice at this point. Now the rice, let the rice cook for about 5 minutes so that it can absorb the flavors in the pan as well. And at this point again, I like adding my cardamom powder. Some people add garam masala at this point. I prefer cardamom powder. I like having an intense cardamom flavor in my food. And that's why I added at this point because the powdered cardamom tends to lose its flavor very fast. So if you add it at the beginning of your cooking, the flavor will not be as intense as if when you add it at this point. And again, I noted that my pilau didn't have the intense yellow color that I like, and that's why I'm adding turmeric at this point. That's turmeric I was adding. Remember I said I was experimenting with fresh.
Okay, up to that point, you can tell me what you have noted about the recipes from that video, what you have learned about the recipes. In this particular recipe of preparing pilau, yes. The method is easy to understand and follow. Something else, Aggrey?
There's a list of ingredients.
There is a list of ingredients that was given, huh? A list of ingredients, very good. Mobili?
Some steps to be followed.
Yeah, steps to be followed one by one, huh? As she is preparing the meal, she's telling us the steps that you're supposed to follow. Yes.
The time when you are required to cook.
The time, very good. This person has given us the time. Let it boil for about 5 minutes. Let it simmer for about 2 minutes, you know, like that. You give the time, the approximate time that you're supposed to cook. Very good. Something else? Yes? Yeah, the quantity or the amount of ingredients used, that is perfectly stated. Like, you can give an example, the amount. She gave us the amount of cooking oil. What did she say? Yes, Caesar?
She told us to add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil.
Was it 2 or 3?
3.
3, yes. 3 teaspoonful of sunflower oil. So that is a good example of the amount of the ingredient. Something else that you're forgetting? Yes? Yes. He got something, the terms, the kitchen vocabulary or the vocabulary we use in writing recipe, and one of them is to grate. Another one? We have to grate. Yes? Pound. What was she pounding? What was she pounding? Yes.
Pounding the spices in the grinder.
Very good. She was pounding the spices. The fenugreek seeds, the cumin, cardamom, the cinnamon, and cloves. All of them, they were being pounded. Something else? Okay. I want us to finish watching. Then last question.
I was kind of misled by the intense yellow staining color on all the surfaces. That's the beef stock that I told you I had set aside that I have added. It was a cup of rice and I've added 2 cups of beef stock to this pilau. Now, what you see me adding is beef cubes. I've added 2 of them, and I do not add salt to my pilau before it simmers for a while. I add it at this point, and that's because the rice takes time to absorb the salt, and if you add salt too early, it's a bit misleading. You might end up with too much salt in your pilau or too little. I leave the pilau to simmer for the water to reduce and for the rice to become visible. And then I take my spoon, lift the rice that is at the bottom, let it come up, and the one at the top to go to the bottom to ensure even cooking of my pilau. So I cover it, reduce the flame to the minimum it can be, and let it simmer for about 5 minutes and dry. These are the results after about 5 minutes. Another tip that I'm going to offer you, do not let your pilau dry out completely. Let it have a bit of moisture. That moisture is the one that carries the flavor. Okay, remember it's the flavor that we were building.
What is she doing? She's garnishing. She's actually
You can see the way it looks. It's not completely dry and it's not wet either. Okay, add your coriander, mix it properly, and then it's ready to serve. Right? End of flavor. Okay.
Tell me the serving suggestions. You have been taking this food pilau. So you can tell me some of the serving suggestions. Yes, Alan?
Serve with some fruit juice or soda.
Okay. You can serve with fresh fruit juice. Humphrey?
Should not get it completely dry.
Sorry?
You should not get it to completely dry.
Okay. That is, I think, what he has got. But you want the serving suggestion. Good trial. Serving suggestion? Serving suggestion for pilau. Yes. With cold water. Yeah? Yeah, that is how he does it, you know. Taste and preferences are not the same. Yes, yes.
Vegetable salad.
Yeah, you can also serve it with vegetable salad. Huh? Lukman? Yeah, you can also serve it with a banana or fruit salad if you like it. So that is about cooking or recipe. And there's something else I also want you to do. There's a list of, I have a puzzle here with 24 words. How many words? 24 words. vocabularies used in the kitchen. Quickly have a look at it and tell me some of the vocabularies you can see in that puzzle. Vocabularies you can see in that puzzle, word puzzle. Number one, we'll see the first one. Yes? Whisk. Okay. What is the meaning of whisk? You can beat the egg white into a stiff, light mass. That is what you call whisk. Another one? Yes? Garnish. What did you say garnish is? Decorate the food or the table with small additional amounts of food like lemon and parsley. Tom?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. What is barbecue?
A metal frame with meat, fish, chicken, seafood, and open fire.
Okay, good. Yes? To bake. What is to bake? Very good. To cook something by drying it in the oven. Yes?
Crush.
Crush.
To pound something, eat garlic, peppercorns into small pieces of
Yes, to pound something like garlic, peppercorns into small pieces or powder. Masuna?
Chop.
To chop.
To cut something, easy meat into pieces.
Very good. To cut something easy meat into small pieces. To Yunus.
Frost.
To defrost. What does it mean?
Remove food from pizza in preparation for cooking.
Okay, very good. So those are just a few. There are 24 more. You will search for them and get their meanings. And then I will mark your work later. Now I want to give you an exercise. You will write a recipe of your favorite dish. Write a recipe of your favorite dish, following the instructions that I have given you, following the format that I have given you. Do you have any questions? If there is no question, then it's there. Have a good afternoon.